So the first video I'm going to show is an example of this economic loop. You know, residential, commercial, and industrial have always been like the three zone types in SimCity, and this is kind of our new take on how that works. So we're going to see Sims commuting to work, and we're also going to see some of the effects of industrial dirty industry. So let's start that. So here's the city. It's almost 6 a.m., so it's a little dark out. I've got a little residential neighborhood, not much going on, and I've got an industrial sector here. When it turns 6 a.m., these buildings, the rules start running, and the first thing they do is realize they don't have any workers. So they send out these are going to be invisible to the player, but these are basically help-wanted agents that flow down the paths and knock on the doors of all these houses, triggering people to come out and go to work. Now we see a whole bunch of people traveling to work. They're using that virtual distance field to navigate to the nearest job. And you can sort of see that updating a little bit as people take jobs. When enough people arrive at a factory, the factory rules start running that produce goods. And here we can see, just tying that back to the animations of the buildings. When the factories produce their goods, they also create pollution. Here's a block of buildings creating pollution. Those smoke puffs are tied to the map rights into the pollution map. So here we can see those plus symbols are actually, we're adding to that air pollution map. And you can see a visualization of that. The other thing that these buildings are doing is they're creating goods. The goods here are being taken by freight trucks from industrial buildings, and they seek out commercial buildings to deliver the goods to. And in turn, those goods will be sold to customers. And that's this basic economic loop. So this has a lot of interesting properties.